planet is we are moving from a paradigm of mind-felt consciousness into a new paradigm of growth for mankind, into heartfelt consciousness. Two different fundamental ways of expressing and moving forward in life. We have been taught to make choices with our head, and I'll make it our ego-driven head. Ego is edging God out, edging greatness out, and it keeps us separate and apart. So in order to bring about change in life, and most people have to paint themselves into a corner before they get so desperate that they're willing to look at change, we need to make conscious choices to realize that these old patterns haven't been honoring to us. And as a result, we need to look and to go into a different arena. Now, part of that process, if we're truly looking to expand and grow, allows us to recognize that we have a cellular consciousness, an innate consciousness that we can draw upon. Now, a lot of people do it through meditation. Other people do it through prayer, where they're able to get answers to their prayers. Other people are able to do it when they can, say, hike up on a mountain or listen to empowering music or certain types of breathing patterns, and suddenly they're able to get answers to questions they have. And it's a matter of developing this ability. We all have it. I mean, every human being has access to this. It's like I shared about dowsing a number of I guess, radio shows ago, where dowsing is a way of connecting to our innate intelligence. And everybody can do it. It's a 9,000-year-old skill. There are cave paintings in North Africa and Peru which shows cavemen using fork sticks looking for water. So it's a matter of accessing more of who we are. We've been focused into a narrow channel based on how we've been raised in our culture, and it's now time for us to expand and go beyond that. Now, addictions, all addictions we have are choices also. But addictions are choices for self-punishment, self-limitation, and self-destructive patterning in there. And it usually reflects a lack of self-love. And when we go into beating ourselves up, we do it through addictive behavior patterns, which become then habits. And in order to change a habit, the first thing you need to do is become conscious of the habit. And once you're conscious of it, we can then first make a change in that arena. Would make sense in there?
Oh, that does make sense, yes. And I was going to add, we talked a little bit about this. I'm going to be having a seminar, a group seminar on the subject of weight loss, because I've figured some things out recently. And even though our addictions are choices, we have to have sometimes we get so stuck in them that we really need help to address, this is what step we need to take here, this is what step we need to take here, and we need support and we need reminders. And one of the things that I'm going to be doing in my seminar is we're going to make a little book with things that our loved ones and people who are being supportive to us give us, little tidbits of information that we can put in these books that we can go to when we need a distraction or we need a little bit of extra courage. Like, for example, my sister wrote, "Roses are red, violets are blue. You're doing great. I wish I were too." And I wrote a conversation between my friend and I as we were driving home after shopping one afternoon. She says, "Do you want to stop for ice cream?" And I said, "Yes, but I need to go home." And those little reminders we can, and I like them to be funny, and I want them to be heartfelt. My mom wrote in it, and everybody. And so that's one of the things that we're going to do. And I was going to ask you, Hank, what kind of little tidbit do you have that I could put in my book from you that I could draw to when I need a quick fix?
Wow. Okay. I'm honored, number one. And I'm going to give you two. The first one that comes to mind is, you are whole, complete, and perfect as you are, and you are a wonderful being of God.
Wow.
How's that?
That sounded great. You sounded like you really meant it.
I do. And I also have another Sanskrit poem that just popped into mind. It's only it's one line actually. It says, "Don't ask for all things that you may enjoy life. You were given life that you may enjoy all things."
Wow. And that's awesome, because that is what life's about. And, when you are unhappy with the way you are, especially like me with my weight, to have that as a reminder it's warm and it's really supportive. And I'm going to write both those down in my book. Also, you helped me out a lot in the past when you did SRT treatment with me. Would you talk a little bit about SRT and for our listeners? Because it is something valuable that really, truly helped me on my journey and I really feel like I have finally figured out what I need to do, and I know that I can help other people because I know now. I just know. And SRT really helped me, and I think that it would help a lot of other people too.
I would love to share that, and thank you, Sherry. SRT stands for Spiritual Response Therapy, and it's an amazingly powerful form of healing, which doesn't even work at the body level. It works at our soul level, but we have tremendous change go on in body. Now, since you can't reach out and touch your soul, you can view it in terms of the computer analogy. Computers run on programs, and we people are very similar to computers, but we run on emotional programs. And by the way, if you doubt that, you just have to think about anybody you disliked 10 years ago, and if they come back into your life this afternoon, watch how quickly those programs run. So what SRT does is it identifies and releases the cellular programming that's keeping us on this stuck, discordant path. And it's relatively simple. I mean, usually you work once with a client and results are there for the rest of their life because it releases those cellular patterns that force you into the self-destructive, self-punishing, self-limiting behavior patterns. It also many times has these angry, blocking, insecure individuals suddenly become loving, caring, cooperative individuals almost overnight because the programs that were forcing them on their emotionally destructive path get released, and now they can explore new modes of expression.